It's back to Washington. It's back to Washington, guys. Everybody loves their apples. Odunze. Oh, yeah.
I like them apples.
I like them apples a lot, actually. This guy we're talking about guys that very well potentially right now could be a New York Giant coming up here. So pay attention, Giant fans. Odunze, 6'3", 213 pounds, 21 years old. Cheers, he can drink now. Last season there, 15 games, 92 receptions, 640 yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 rushes, 37 yards, and 1 touchdown. The year before, 12 games, 75 receptions, 1,145 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 rushes, 6 yards, and 1 touchdown there. Really big, uses his size very well. Again, 6'3". That's tall. That's tall for a receiver. Talked about how DK Metcalf kind of stood out in the crowd there. He's 1 inch off. That's it. So huge catch radius, nice route runner, breaks tackles pretty well as well. The cons with him is mostly just his speed. You'd like to see a little more speed out of an elite wide receiver here. So it's interesting in the big 3 that we got here. So we start off with Odunze, who is like your number 1 possession type of receiver at that point. This isn't the guy that you're throwing at 45 yards down the field to make a big play. This isn't your guy that you're throwing a quick screen route to at that point. This is your consistent, I'm going to pick up 10, 15 yards, pop, 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 all throughout the game. That's what he is. And he really helps move his stick if you're doing that. I mean, that's like, you're doing something right if you can keep popping off like that. And that's what he does. He does it at a very consistent base. Again, talk about the 1,640 yards, but he took 92 receptions to do that. So it wasn't like he was doing that like 50 receptions and he was doing 60, 70-yard bombs. This is not that kind of player. This is more of a possession style kind of receiver at that point there. One that I will say the Giants have not had a player of this type of caliber at receiver in a long time. And I'm still hoping, I'm still going like this, that the Giants somehow pull off Odunze in the first round and then go get Michael Penix in the second. I'm still hoping here. Or, like we did in our last mock draft we put up on Twitter and Facebook there, we trade back to the end of the first to get Michael Penix Jr. Because you put those two together in the NFL, I'm telling you, something special is going to happen, guys. Something special is going to happen.
Yeah. Big time.
Rome is going to if Rome gets to go on the other side of Chris Olave on the Jets, or if he gets to be on the other side, sorry, who's the one on the Jets? That's not Olave. Garrett Wilson.
You're talking about
yeah. And then if he gets to be on the other side of Olave on the Saints, those are the 2 wide receiving cores right there. If those were to happen, that if I was a quarterback, I want to be part of for the next 7, 8, 9 years, because him being a number 1 on a team like Carolina. Awesome. Cool. You're going to be essentially, the Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before Chris Godwin got there. You're going to be the Tyler Lockett essentially of the Seattle Seahawks before everybody else got there for a little bit. But if this guy gets to go to a place where he is a 1A with another guy, we're talking generational offense out of these guys and possible abilities. Rome is that guy. And I loved watching him. I wanted Washington to win so bad, just so that he can push the whole Marvin Harrison Jr. narrative aside a little bit and take it essentially. Like, this is my natty. This is me being the first overall wide receiver out of this. Obviously, it didn't happen, and he's considered anywhere between the second and third with Malik and stuff. But, man. His upside
the top 3, they're so much closer than people want to say. Yeah. Like I said, right now, Neighbors and Harrison are going back and forth. Some people think one for the Neighbors, one people 1 for Harrison. Rome's kind of thought of as a third, but
if you talk to a lot of these podcasts,
it's not much difference. You 1 to 3.
Yeah, it teeters back and forth.
Yeah. And I'll say this though, as far as the spots he's gonna go, keep in mind he's going Arizona, he's going Chargers, or he's going to the Giants. That's probably where he's going.
No, him on the Giants would be fun too.
He's gonna have to be a number one.
Yep.
Less trades happen.
Oh yeah, unless or you know, or Darren Waller just doesn't retire and all of a sudden becomes the unicorn people said he was last year.
I just need him for one more year for fantasy football, and then I'll go get replaced.
You're gonna be disappointed, by the way.
Oh,
I'll say this: I've heard some things online, and I'm not going to say that they're substantiated or anything like that, but I've heard some whispers starting around that it's CTE is the issue he has.
I am going to trade him right now. Then, God damn it.
That's the issue. Then I understand walking away.
Yeah,
so
makes sense. Then
that's the rumors I'm hearing. I just love the I love the whatchamacallit, the meme that was going around because Wesley Steinberg, I don't know if you're aware of that, who that is there, Andrew.
Oh my God.
He's a satire Twitter account that just rips the Giants all the time.
Okay.
So he did a thing on he's like Darren Waller survived addiction, survived living in Las Vegas, but he couldn't take more than 1 year helping with Daniel Jones as quarterback.
Dude, it was brutal. He's like so much respect for his personal and career. Survived playing in Oakland. Survived
messed up
addiction. Yeah,
messed up. But yeah, anyway, back to Rome. Again, Rome's gonna be a top 10 pick. He'll probably go in the top 6 if we're right about the quarterback, wide receiver thing that I think is gonna happen there. And like I said, whoever gets him is gonna be very happy. They're gonna have no second thoughts whatsoever, even though he might be, I hate to say it this way, the leftover. Like whoever gets him, it might be because we got the third receiver. But it's a whole lot better than a lot of years. I'm telling you, these top three are going to be guys going to light up the NFL rookie year starting. There's going to be no learning curve. It's going to be light it up right off the bat.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.